All right. Hey, everybody. What I'd like to do is show you how to do that first, the answer to this first question, or get to it. Um, so this is, courses in Schoology, and as always, you're going to go to fourth grade EL. Remember, once you have classes, other classes using Schoology, then there will be other things in this list. So it might say, like fourth grade literacy all, or fourth grade literacy 4A. But right now, you only have one class that uses Schoology, our class, and so that's why it just says fourth grade EL. So click that as always, or as usual. I know it's kind of a pain because my computer looks a little bit different than yours since I'm on the teacher end of things. So you wouldn't have this planning piece here, and some of this stuff looks a little bit different for you, but you can get the pretty good idea of what you ought to have. So you'll go to, or you're already in digital citizenship, and then go down to Schoology and Chromebook practice. And once you click that, it ought to look pretty much like this. So Schoology and Chromebook practice. And the first one says, find your grades in Schoology and take a screenshot of the whole page. Insert that screenshot as an answer to this question. So what I want you to do here is open another tab. So you should have two tabs running. One is the tab that has this assignment in it. And so these are tabs up here, right? And that's the second tab that I have open. One is the tab that has the assignment in it, which is this tab right here. And the other is like just another tab that you have going beside it. In the other tab, I also want you to have Schoology up and running. So you're going to have like two versions of Schoology. I know that's a little bit confusing, but it's going to be it's easier to do. So anyhow, once you have the second tab up and running, and if you want to open a new tab, it's that little button right there, and it opens new tabs. And you can actually have a bunch open, but right now you should only have two open. Sometimes as you're working with Schoology, you wind up having, like, it just keeps opening a new tab. And that's not a big deal, but I'd make a habit of just getting rid of tabs that I'm not using once in a while, and I would encourage you to do that as well. All right, so I want you to find your current grades and take a screenshot and insert it as an image for this answer. So we'll go over here. And this isn't exactly how you would have found your grades. You do that a little bit different. I'm going to let you figure that out. The grades take up more than is on the screen, and that's okay. But for now, we're just going to take a screenshot of this page. So I'm going to put my finger on Control and Alt and that little rectangle with two lines next to it. And that will take, that brings up this crosshairs. And if I just click the crosshair, it says screenshot taken, and it dropped it in the folder. So this screenshot of what I'm looking at here is now in my downloads folder. For you, it's in your Google Drive. It'll be just as easy to find. All right, so then you're going to go over to your other tab. Let me move this out. Yeah, that's out of the way. And in order to answer this question about finding your Schoology grades, you need to put the screenshot in there. So this is where you would insert an image. So click it. And you see this upload media pop in there, and then attach file. And yours will look a little bit different than this, but you're looking for the most recent screenshot that you just took. In my case, I took it today at 11:35, which was 1 minute ago. And I can see that based on the little image preview there, that it looks like that's the one that I just took. So I'm going to say open. And that drops it in there. And so now that image is in that answer. And if you want to, you can make this a little bit bigger to help you see what you actually put in there. But you can see it's that whole link. And it's, when looking on my end of things, I can see that whole image there. So I know that you can find your grades. All right, so let's go down to question 2. So this one is similar, only I'm asking you to just find a comment with an assignment on it. And if I go over, or I'm sorry, find an assignment with a comment on it, and then to crop that image so that's all we see. So if I go over here, right here are 2 comments. Everyone has at least 1 comment on their grade report. Some of you already had a comment from some assignment that I looked at in the last month or so. Some of you, this student, for example, didn't really have any comments. This one is on there, but that's more for me than anything. And I dropped a comment on everyone's this morning that looks like this. This is a sample comment just so you can see where comments are located and what they look like, Mr. Burke. All right, so for number 2, I want you to take a screenshot. So Control Alt and then that rectangle with 2 lines on it right above the 6. Click. Now I get my crosshairs. I click the crosshairs. I know that something happened because it says screenshot taken. And then as soon as that happens, I'm going to go over and click on where it says show in folder. And now I'm looking again for my most recent screenshot, which is 1138. I'm going to double click that. And now when it opens it, it's opening it in the Google image editor. And you can tell that you're in there because you've got that little edit sign and some other things. And also, you could look at a bunch of pictures. So all of the pictures that are in that folder are going to show up here. So you can see a picture I took of some students last Friday and some other students on Friday and some other stuff. So let me go back, and I'm just pressing the arrow buttons to make it go left and right down there. All right, so this is the one that I want. I'm going to edit it. So I'm going to click this little pencil, click, and I'm going to crop it. It's a little bit tricky. This is the crop. This is the crop feature. So click it, and then you can grab this whole box and move the box around. And I'm just going to move the box down to so that the bottom right of the box kind of lines up with that comment that I'm trying to capture. And I'm going to just capture the comment. And again, you're doing this to prove that you know that comments are on the grade report, and to prove that you can find them and you can read them and that you could then think about them. So there's the comment. And then I have to click this crop again so that it actually crops it down. So click, and there it is. And then it already saved it. So that image is now what the image in your Google folder that used to be the whole picture is now this smaller picture. And so I can just close that. And I'm going to close this too. And I'm going to go back to the tab that has question 2 on it. So now I'm just entering image media. Same thing, except I'm putting in the most recent image again, since that's the one that I just modified. So right there. And open, and it drops in just the comment, not the whole screenshot, but just the comment. And then question 3, you'll see I'm asking you to do some of those things, but also to then reflect on it. And raise your hand if you have any questions. Question 4, watch the 2 videos. Which of these is the correct way to finish up with your Chromebook for the day? So you'll watch both videos of Roberto working on his Chromebook, and you're going to click which one is the correct way. Is it this one or this one? And then on to number 5, where I'm saying, in the question above, explain 2 or 3 things that the student did correctly in the good video. So you're going to go and look at or remember what the good version of Roberto is. And then you're going to say 2 or 3 things that he did that made it good, that made it the right way to close your Chromebook. So good luck, and I hope this assignment goes really smoothly. Thanks.